Hey, hello everybody. My name is Steve the Book Guy, and I'm trying to put the TV in Stash Collectibles TV. So what we're going to do today, and I don't like to do big intros, we're going to sort a huge collection that I picked up. It's probably 200, 300, 400, 500 photos, somewhere in that range. We're going to stream as long as we can for as much time as we have. I do resell these photos, and the really, really good ones I will scan in and touch up, and we'll make prints and all sorts of fun stuff. If you want to see the stuff that we've already done and the inventory that we already have in stock, go to stashcollectibles.tv, and it's up somewhere up there in the menu. So we also sell a bunch of these photos on Whatnot, but this is kind of the pre-sorting process. So I figure it's fun to look through these, and I have not seen these yet. And I know a lot of people do this. There's a lot of thrifters out there and resellers and all that. We're not really going to talk about how much these might be worth, but we're going to talk about just the photos themselves from the perspective of someone who used to do photography for a living. I used to be on a marketing team. I've been published in a bunch of magazines, blah, 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 blah. Certainly not the best photographer out there, but I've got chops. So, and I can hang, and that's where we're at. So, with all that, we're just going to sort, I think, into two piles, three piles, really, kind of the just like when you sort a wedding show or any kind of shoot, really, you kind of just go through and you take out the bad ones. It's called culling. So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to cull. And so just like when I would make a wedding photography book, you have the cull, you have good photos that would make like a wedding album or something like that. And then you have the exceptional photos that, for whatever reason, whether it be composition or the moment or whatever, just exceptional. These are the ones that might hit the portfolio, or that you try to sell to your client for a larger shot or multiple prints or whatever the case may be. So that's what we're going to do. I don't know how entertaining. I've never actually done this live. I'm super ADHD, so I'm just going to kind of free flow it. It sometimes can get me in trouble, and I hesitate to do it live, but I also hate editing. And I figure that if I don't just start doing these things, I'm never going to do them, because, again, I really, really hate editing, and editing takes forever, and I'm not doing it. So here we go. I've got some sort of twitchy background music thing, so I'm just going to let that run. And yeah, so let me change the... Also, I think my audio is looking pretty good. It could probably turn me up a little bit. I don't know if you guys... Anyway, let me change the tabletop. So these are... Here's my hand, so if this gives you any indication of how small these initial photos are. But, so yeah, so anybody with anything with a person or even this really cool flower or whatever's going on here, somebody's going to want that. Whether they want an example of fashion or the flowers themselves might mean something to someone. It's interesting when you go through these to kind of let your brain wander and, what's important to folks and what's not important to folks. So that's kind of a neat one. Kind of reminds me of the Who Frames Roger Rabbit. It's 1946, so that's a keeper. That's a keeper. So here's a little book. I got a two-hand this one, little family. Can you guys see that pretty good? Ooh, look at that one. So these car ones are fantastic. And then you have the horse carriage behind that. That's pretty neat. I wonder if there's some sort of like fair. Oh, look at that. So to be fair, we don't normally come out of the gate with good photos like this. Sometimes you can go through a whole lot of photos before you come to anything pretty interesting. But that's cool. So I don't know if that's excellent. I wish I could see the front of the car, but you can definitely see that it's moving. Somebody's going to want that. So here's an antique car from a vintage photo. That's like Inception, right? Can you guys see that? Okay. We got a chicken or a rooster on a farm. See, and these things are interesting because you could go to any farm today, and that may be what it looks like right now anyway, right? So, but nonetheless, that's cool. Now, this is a little bit cooler. One, the composition here is like a natural frame, so that's just visually interesting. And then you also have some advertising in the corner, which, I don't know, can you make that out? What's that say there? Egg pack. It's Wheaties. This is an old Wheaties box. So this would be a keeper. Like, this is one I would probably pull out to the side and list by itself just because of the Wheaties advertising. So that's really cool. What's going on there? I guess that's a float. It says, we knew you were some sort of weird, very coming, weary. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but it's interesting. Let's pull that to the side. So here's a water spigot found just somebody's house. It's pretty interesting. Here's a moo cow. I learned what a Brahmin was the other day. Actually, I should probably take these all out of this little booklet. So these house ones, like, they're okay. I mean, they're a good example of like a farmhouse, but like you can drive up on houses now that look like this, and like you could take this photo now. So this just that would be, to me, that's not a keeper. You know, and I think the same thing can be said about the cow photos, but people like the old vintage cow, and it is the photo itself, because it's vintage, people will like it. So that's a keeper. The animals are always a keeper. Again, I mean, I could go to friends' houses and their house like looks just like that. Maybe we'll do like a bundle of old homes. See, that's just anything. That's just anything. Can you guys see this okay? Sweet. Okay. That's just kind of anything. Street signs are really good. Examples of billboards with a lot of vintage advertising. But I live in Missouri, and you could drive any number of directions from where I'm at, and this is still exactly what it looks like. So just not anything visually interesting going on. So this is a great one. You know, examples of family is always great. I do think I might list these two together, I think. Just because I like the fact that maybe that one go with that one too. We always do like animal, like we'll do a lot of animals, like a bundle of animals, I guess, just to say. And I do like this because the water spigot and that I know people like, because that's how people got water back in the day. There wasn't necessarily, but again, people still live like this. Like, this is not even that uncommon. So I don't know. But I do like the leading line into it, and I do like the framing a bit more. And I do like how these two things kind of balance. There's like a triangle here. Anyway, I like it. And I don't have to explain it sometimes. That's the cool thing about art. It's subjective. I tell you what, people will vote with their pocketbook, though. When you're an artist, like an artist making money, like you got to make what people want to buy. You can't always just like, unless you have a patron or you come from money or whatever, like we have to eat. So you gotta shoot the weddings, you gotta shoot the portraits. So that's pretty cool. This little kid, it's got something going on there. That's pretty neat. So this is really cool. I really like this one because I don't know if you guys can see it. I wonder if I have my magnifying glass handy. Ooh, I've got stuff everywhere. It's probably within reach, and I just don't know. Anyway, but you can read back here. You can actually see the street signs and stuff. So that's something that you would probably want to keep. I'll end up looking that one up. So here's another one of those little books. It says first year Norris Farm year we went to, which does not help us at all because we have no context. So here's a cow photo. People like those. Keep that. Another cow photo. If you go to my website, I mentioned it earlier, there's actually a photo of a man, and it's really neat framing. I found it was a Kodachrome. And we will go Kodachromes. I have a light table that we can use and all that stuff. But come on now. Save that one. Oh, that's fun. People love this kind of stuff because it's an example of old, just old advertising. It's interesting, like when you buy and sell advertising ephemera, you come to realize like how much advertising really impacts everyday life. You know what I mean? And also if you collect war ephemera and propaganda stuff, it's oh, I ripped it. That's no good. Aw, this is what I get for talking and tearing. You got to be a little bit more careful. And I do try to respect these photos, man. Like, I kind of always think of it like this is someone's memories and someone's life. And if anything, I'm trying to, these things would have gone to the trash otherwise. Sometimes people just don't want to go through the old stuff, or they have their own copies already. Do you know what I mean? And this is just that family's copies. So, but it's neat. People are neat. Like everyone has, I don't remember what the name of it is, but there's some sort of word that describes how we're always the main character, right? And then everyone's our background character, but some of us fail to realize that we're the background character to everybody else's main story. And everybody we drive by, walk by has a life and a story as varied and detailed and as nuanced as all of us. Which is one of the reasons why I like looking at these photos, because like what better glimpse in it's just a unless it's you just what the hell, just no context. But you know what I'm saying? Like looking at other people's photos is kind of like reading books, insofar as that it gives you a different way of seeing things, a different perspective. And you kind of looking through their photos, you can kind of, God bless it, I gotta stop doing that. Jeez. Forward to that, the car is a little too off to the side for someone to want that one. Snapshots are still snapshots. No disrespect. This is cute, though. I like the fashion. Let's be a little more careful. A little slower. Oh, that's cute. Look at the kitties. Oh, this one's cute, Ash. My wife's literally right over there. That's adorable. Look at that one. Kitties. There's literally no one here. This will be on YouTube forever, though.
Kitties. Oh, it's a mama cat.
It's cute. Yeah, we'll keep that one. It's cute. See, somebody will want this. She'd be the one that would buy these. I think that's an important thing. There was another kitty. You barely see that one. It's cute. Somebody will do some sort of project with the kitties. Oh my goodness, look at that one. See, to me, this is exceptional. This photo has a lot going on for it. Like, I love the framing. I love the repeating patterns. I love the simplistic, like, kind of minimalist vibe of it. There's a lot of negative space going on here. This would be a wonderful, like, magazine placement because you have all this copy space here. Also, like, how many stories can you tell? If you guys can't see, that's a dog climbing up the ladder to a farmer cup. That's rad. So this one I will probably keep. It's in a 1x1 format, so I will probably I will blow this up when I scan it in, and I will make this one available for like 10x10 prints, because this is just cool. And if I can ever figure out the technology, I'd let you guys like give me like a phrase to throw on it and whatever font that you want, just do it in Photoshop for you. Oh, be so careful. This one's so good. This is keeper, 100% keeper. That's just rad. We'll throw that one to the side over there. So that's the third pile. And we've gone through however many photo booklets, and that's the first one that we've seen. So we have like, this is like singular eBay pile. This is like group photos, like, so people really like the fashion, but they like, it's not strong enough on its own to be sold on its own. Does that make sense? I would call that filler content in a wedding album. So, and these are all, what these will do, I'll take literally all of the photos from the whole collection that are just kind of snapshot. The photos that I would delete from my own camera had I shot them, at a wedding or whatever. And those just kind of get bundled up for crafters. So nothing gets left behind. We recycle, like even these will get thrown into recycle. So I'm a hippie. Hippie. Oh, this ad. Okay, back to it. Sorry. What's next? What's next? What do we got here? So that can be recycled. That can be recycled. Oh, this is fun. Look at this one. I don't know what kind of paper comes out red like that. Do all the Coda colors come out like that? I wonder, that red tint. I'm 40 years old. I've literally been a professional photographer for 12 years. So 25% of my total life, never shot a film camera in my life, except for like when I was a kid with little Kodaks. I used to drive my wife crazy because I would make like little patterns on the table and shoot stuff, and she'd like, stop wasting the film. Little did she know I'd be paying bills with just such things later on. Yeah. Oh, this one's really cute too. So I would probably bundle this series together. I like to think like maybe, who buys this kind of stuff? Maybe like a prop company for a film or a show or an art project or any number of different things. So I dig. It's really neat. So yeah, we'll throw those over there. These are labeled Norris Farm. So this one's cool. The car. This one's boring. I think this is cool. This, shockingly enough, because of where I am, Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri is a huge deal, and Bagnell Dam is a big deal in Lake of the Ozarks. I think that's why the lake exists. I need to learn more about the history of my own state, to be honest with you. So this might be an exceptional photo, something that, because I run an antique mall, I might take this and maybe make a postcard out of it, but it's a 1x1 frame. So I might actually just sell these as print. I don't know, but that's something I'll need to think about. This one doesn't have a whole lot going on. That's a bunch of moo cows. We always keep the animals. Moo cows. House. I'm not really into the old architecture. They usually just go into the crafter pile. Because again, like, I could literally walk out my house. And like this photo, like, is really cool because it's a vintage photo and it's a keeper. But again, I could literally 4 left turns and I'm on a street where this is normal. So more animals, more flowers, and I do think it's interesting because how many of us take photos just like this in our everyday life, something that we're like super proud of. But it's insanely mundane, but it means everything. And I'm including myself in that. I'm not any different. This is kind of interesting. I like the photo here. The reason why this stands out to me is because you have this foreground element here, this little girl that's kind of looking out that way. And it kind of tells a story and it leaves it up to the viewer to kind of like, why is she over here? Is she upset? Is she a different thinker? Is like, this is visually interesting to me. For all I know, she could have just eaten and she's got a little rumbly in her tummy. I have no idea. It could be something as mundane as that. But the photograph itself doesn't answer the question. But the fact that it asks the question is what is interesting. So that might be exceptional. So, boring. What's going on there? What is that? I think that's a kite. Like an eagle kite. I wish I had my magnifying glass. If I say that like 5 more times, I might just get up and find it. It's a little more interesting. It's got a little more going on. Oh, there's a dude on top. Somebody's, that's a ladder there. So there's a guy right there. What kind of paper is this? It's that Coda color again. Oh, it's got the date on there too, 1953. That's convenient. Those are keepers. Meh. You can see in the, like, I see what this person was trying to do, like interesting framing. I just don't think they quite nailed it. But I see what they were trying to do, which is another kind of interesting thing to kind of like connect your photographer brain to what the photographer at that time was thinking. It's like, I don't know, like a mild form of time travel, I guess, at least from a perspective standpoint. I'm not sure what that is. More, so there's a couple good ones in there. All right. Pull these out. We got piggies. More piggies? We'll probably lot up all these piggies together. Piggies? Piggies? I mean, are they all piggies? Let's just flip through this. Some moo cows. Another cow. It's a beefy boy. What's going on there? What is that? Right there. I don't know. Oh, that's the back horses. Or back cow's feet. Oh, that's a clothesline. It's a little blown out. Here's the birthday cake. So that looks about the peak of my ability as well. Here's that same cake lit up. That'd be a hard photo to take with film because you gotta, because that's a really different exposure. It's a blurry photo. Blurry photo. Go through these fast. Blurry farm photo. I do usually get rid of the blurry ones. They usually go into the crafting pile. Actually, let's go ahead. I gotta pull that one out. That one out. That one out. Am I doing this on stream? This one. This one. This one is cool, but it's a little too blown out to use, so that goes into the crafting pile. The cake is cool, and I do like the furniture. I actually have a piece that looks very similar to that, just right there and over there. So I don't know. It's on the fence, so I'd rather not mess with it. Blurry photo, blurry photo, blurry photo, blurry photo. Okay, next one. Photo prints. What? Oh, what is going on there? I guess that's a farmer looking at his cattle. That's pretty neat. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. So this is really cool. What's going on back there? That's a lot going on in that photo. Do you guys see all that? And there's some sort of like fairgrounds or something in the background. Test, test. Am I loud enough? Test, 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 test. Test 1 2 test 1 2. Okay, if I talk right into it, I'm good. So anyway, yeah, this one's good here. I like this one. And I did turn myself up quite a bit. I apologize if the front part of the video is a little quieter. This is super fun. Like, look at that one. Can you see it? It's like hogs. That is so cool. I dig that. The problem is the thing that, like, it's even like composed well because you have this leading line that kind of brings you into the photo, you see? That might be exceptional. The only thing that keeps it from being like really, really good is that just the mundane subject matter. But that won't be mundane to everybody, I guess. And that is a really well composed photo. I think those are horse folks doing horsey things. Oh, this is fun. So Palomino Motor Lodge. So these are always worth looking up because it's a direct reference to a place. And there's a myriad of reasons why someone would want a photo from that place just for nostalgia's sake. They had a vacation there as a kid. Their grandpa told them a story. That's the Republic County Courthouse. Someone's either in trouble or getting married. Maybe a little bit of both. So we have tons. Like, we're not even barely scratching the surface of this, and my voice is already getting a little hoarse. I'm definitely not used to talking this much. I live a little hermit existence, and I love it. So we might do one or two more. We're gonna do this in chunks, I think. So, and we'll see if you guys even find it interesting. I might still do it anyway. Just could use it as a training video later on. Yeah. I really like old lamps, so whenever I see something in a bedroom, I always kind of check it out. I don't know if there's enough. There might be enough going on there. Oh, that's cool. Check out that old TV. So this is probably what, 1950s, I would bet. Is there any markings on this one? I didn't even see this lady here. That's pretty fun. Reminds me of my grandma's house. I mean, I guess it's an example of furniture. But again, I mean, everything, I mean, again, you can walk into folks' house today and it might still look like this. You know what I mean? So I just don't, you know, when somebody's searching for, like, who would be searching for this? But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Now, this one to me is a little bit more interesting because you have examples of this on the here. You have the mixer here, and people collect those mixers. So there's a lot more going on. You have I think that's an ashtray there. Anyway, I like this photo more. And plus the old countertop is pretty neat. So that's definitely. Oh, look at this one. Couple of old school dudes playing ball. Look at that cat. Look at that dude just chilling on the bat. This. And then you have a lot of these background elements going on here. So this has interest. I even like this thing here. I'm glad it's straight. My only complaint as a pro photographer is I wish they were turned ever so slightly towards the sun to kind of cut down on the shadow. But this is still. I even love this foreground element of this. What is that? Can we ascertain what that is? Is that's a dude or a person? I don't know if it's, you know, but that's. What's that on the hand? Is that a ball glove? What is that? And then what is this? Is that just like a big I don't know. I love it. This is exceptional. Yay. Yay. I like that one. Is that the end of this one? Oh, we ended that. You know what? Let's end it there. Let's end on the high note. Let's end on this photo. So in this, let's just go through the ones that we found. Because I'm going to get these scanned and up. So we just found this one. A lot going on in that photo. Then I took out the hog photo. I thought that was pretty good. The lone person just checking it all out. Bagnell Dam, mostly because I'm from this area. And not even, I wonder if that sign's still there. And I think this is probably my favorite of the whole deal. The rest of the photos will probably bulk out in one form or another because I really am looking for these exceptional photos. But of course, I'm not going to throw anything away. You shouldn't. Honestly, it's disrespectful to throw it away. So the snapshots I feel less because, you know, I'm not sure why they kept them when they shot. And I have no personal connection. But the ones that contain the history that can be ascertained, they definitely need to be kept. So. And even these are not going to get thrown away. Like when I say they're going to get just bulked out to a bunch of crafters. So we don't throw anything away. So, yeah. So this is the first time I did this. I had fun. It actually forced me to actually do this, which is sometimes the problem. And I created some content. So double win. Thanks. Thanks.